If you can convince the visa consular that your life in your home country would be better off than living as an undocumented immigrant abroad, you are 97% chances of getting the visa. Remember, if you can convince the visa consular that your life in your home country is better off than living as an undocumented immigrant abroad, you have 97% chances of getting the visa. My name is Francis, if you're seeing my face for the first time. In this short video, I'm going to share with you 7 main reasons why a lot of people are denied US and Canada visa. And this also applies to any industrialized world. So if you know anyone who is planning to apply for visa, who is planning to apply for whether US or Canada or any other country's visa, please share this video with them, because these 7 mistakes that I'm going to share, it applies to all countries, but we're going to focus on US and Canada. Number 1 reason why a lot of people are refused visa when they go for interview is clear communication. Now, if you go for interview and you did not communicate to the visa consular clearly, your chances of getting the visa is very, very slim. If English is not your most preferred language of communication, you can request for an interpreter who will interpret for you, because your chances of getting the visa will reduce significantly if you cannot communicate effectively. That also means that if you do not understand the question, ask for clarification from the interviewer. That's very, very important. Number 1 is lack of clear communication. And you can overcome this by asking for an interpreter if you do not understand. Number 2 is uncertainty. Anything that will create uncertainty in the mind of the visa consular reduces your chances of getting the visa. So you have to make sure you avoid saying things like, I don't know. If you say you don't know, that creates uncertainty in the mind of the visa consular. So you must avoid saying, I don't know. Francis is my name. I hope you see value for this content. The mission of this channel is to help you legally migrate. So make sure you consider sharing this content and follow us on all our social media platforms. Number 3 is when you are asked to present your document, if you are not asked to present a document, don't present supporting document if you are not asked. And if you are presenting a document, for instance, if they ask you for your bank statement and you have things like your landed properties, you have other shares in your home country, add it to it, because that will show to the visa consular that you have enough strong tie in your home country, you're doing well, and therefore you're likely to come back. Don't forget, the goal is to convince the visa consular that your life would be better off in your home country than living as an undocumented immigrant abroad. That is always the goal. So make sure if you're asked a question about your document, give them the document. If you have more document to support what you're trying to do, give, because the more you give to support, the better for you. But if you are not asked a document, do not present a document that if you haven't been asked. Number 4 is inconsistent information. By inconsistent information, I mean whatever is in your form, what you're saying must be consistent to that. If you're going as a student, for instance, whatever school you wrote down, that is the school that you are going. If you're asked What is the purpose of going to America? If you're going to, say you're going to a Rhode Island college, make sure that is what you're responding. The information you have on your form and what you're saying must align. There must not be any difference in what is on your form and what you are saying. Number 5 is speaking too much. If you're asked a question, answer the question. Do not try to impress the visa consular by showing that you know too much. If you're trying to impress the visa consular and speaking too much, you are harming your chances of getting the visa. It's very, very important that you do not speak too much and you go straight to the question. Do not deviate from the question you are asked, because if you deviate from the question you are asked, you end up not answering the question, you end up speaking too much, and that is not going to do you any good. Number 6 is be honest. However, if you are not asked whether you have relatives in America, don't start telling them I have a girlfriend, I have a boyfriend, I have a sister. No, be honest, but don't start telling them you got relative in America only if you are asked. And also, don't start saying I'm going to work in America when the visa that you're applying for does not allow you to work in America. So that is something that you have to be mindful of. Okay, so be honest. Don't start telling them that you're going to work in America, and don't start telling them as well that you got relative or boyfriend or fiancé if you haven't been asked. I hope you're seeing value for what you're hearing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to this channel. We want to help as many people as possible to legally migrate in 2024 without spending money on lawyers or agents. This is the Launch Club. That is our goal. Number 7 and the last one is fear. Now, fear can affect your body language. What that I means that when you're fearful, when you ask a question, the way you respond would be influenced because you are afraid. And how can you address this? You can address this by number 1, preparation. You have to prepare. You have to prepare. Don't let anybody fool you. Preparation is the key. The more you prepare, the less you're going, the more you're going to sound confident, and the more you're going to come across to the visa consular that you are somebody that is trustworthy. That is very, very important. So I want to quickly summarize the 7 things you must not do when you go for your US or Canada or any visa interview. Number 1, avoid uncertainty. Uncertainty will create doubt in the minds of the visa consular. Never say, I don't know. Okay? Number 2 is, if you're not asked your document, do not show your document. If you show your document without you being asked, you're going to make things difficult for yourself. And when you are presenting your document, show as much document to support what you are saying. If you're asked your bank statement, you've got landed property, you can show your landed property. If you got shares in stocks, you can bring that out as well. What you're trying to do to the visa consular is to show to them that you have a good life in your country. Don't forget, the goal that we are trying to achieve is to convince the visa consular that your life in your home country will be better off than you living as an undocumented immigrant abroad. That is the goal you're trying to achieve. Number 3 is clear communication. If you struggle to communicate in English, there's nothing wrong in you asking for an interpreter. They will provide you an interpreter. It's better for you to communicate in your own language with an interpreter than for you to say something and the visa consular doesn't understand what you're trying to say. That will reduce your chances of getting the visa. Number 4 is consistent. You have to be consistent. Whatever you're saying, it has to align with what you wrote down in your visa application. Any inconsistency will create doubt in the mind of the visa consular. Again, that will create uncertainty, which will mean that you will not get the visa. Number 5 is do not speak too much because you're trying to impress the visa consular. When you speak too much, you're not going to answer the question, and that is not going to help your case. Number 6, be honest. However, if you're not asked whether you have relative, don't try to say, I've got girlfriend, I've got boyfriend, I've got sister, if you are not asked. And don't say, I'm going to work in America if the visa that you are applying for does not allow you to work. Because if you say that, again, that shows that your life in America is going to be better off as an undocumented immigrant. Is going to be better off than going back to your home country. And the last one is fear. Fear will affect the way you respond, and it will affect your body language. And the last thing I want to say, which is what I said before, is before you leave home on the day of your interview, number one thing you can have at the back of your mind is to convince the visa consular that your life in your home country would be better off than living in America or Canada as an undocumented immigrant. If you can do that convincingly, I am telling you, you've got 97% chances that you will get it. If you know anyone who's planning to apply for visa, share this video with them. Leave your comment in the comment section. Give this video a like to show appreciation to myself and the team. Our mission is to help you to legally migrate in 2024 without spending money on lawyers or agents. Information is the key. The information that I'm giving you here, if you use it, I can guarantee you that your visa will be granted. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends, and make sure you consider subscribing to the Launch Club. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We want to help as many people as possible to achieve their migration dream in 2024.